Margaret Caldwell wishes to thank the First Minister and the Justice Secretary for meeting her today. They treated her with total compassion and empathy, and she hopes they will deliver on the many promises they made today. The First Minister promised that he will give primary consideration to the family's demands for a statutory public inquiry, and the Justice Secretary Angela Constance promised she will update Parliament within days on their decision. Since the murder of Emma in 2005, many in the police will argue things have changed significantly. We do not accept this. In 2023, Sir Ian Livingstone, whilst Chief Constable of Police Scotland, spoke of the misogyny within the police service. We know that evidence exists that the abduction, rape and murder of Emma Caldwell and the subsequent rapes of women might have been prevented or at least disrupted had allegations against Packer been properly investigated. The family are angry to read reports in the newspapers today that the Crown Office has concluded, following an independent investigation, that there was insufficient evidence of criminality on the part of any police officer involved in the investigation of Emma's murder. Such a conclusion is insulting to the family and contrasts sharply with the evidence presented by former police officers of their investigation into Iain Packer being sabotaged in order to pursue a false allegation against 4 Turkish men. Women not only live in fear of violence on an everyday basis, they live in fear of those who police us, the fear of not being believed or being dismissed as Emma was, and the fear of abuse by men in power. These are real fears, not imagined, and sadly there are all too many examples of police officers assaulting women and children, sexist behaviour and comments caused by misogyny. How many women have to die or be raped before our police service and criminal justice system is held to account? We welcome the public statements of Humza Yousaf on tackling misogyny and violence against women, and we hope he will now commit to a robust and independent public inquiry on the catastrophic failures in the Emma Caldwell case. We appreciate that the government will seek the views of the Lord Advocate and the Chief Constable, whom we will also meet over the next 2 days, but they cannot be allowed to investigate themselves. Both institutions of the Crown Office and the police must answer as to why one of the worst sex offenders in the United Kingdom was gifted his freedom for some 17 years. How many other women in that time were disbelieved, humiliated, challenged when seeking justice, whilst a toxic culture of misogyny and corruption in the police allowed a killer and a serial rapist to be able to carry out his crimes. This government, which is beleaguered with toxic arguments in respect of how women are treated, sex workers' rights, the trans debate and the sexual assault allegations, has an opportunity to improve its standing with women in Scotland. Margaret Caldwell wants more than words of condolences or apologies. She believes an immediate public inquiry must be ordered, and anything less would be a betrayal of Emma and the 22 other women whose evidence was heard at trial. Margaret and her family are deeply grateful to the First Minister and Justice Secretary and hope there will finally be a legacy of Emma Caldwell. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.